Hey y'all, Matt here from retroonly.com. Today I'm going to be doing a drop test and a durability test on the 8bitdo wireless controller. This controller is designed for the Switch, but then also works on other gaming consoles as well. So I wanted to give it a full drop test and durability test. What I did is I went ahead and went on my balcony, dropped it off onto the ground, dropped it onto a piece of plywood, and then dropped it onto the concrete to see how it would survive being dropped straight down from 10 foot in the air. So you'll know if it will survive if you happen to drop it from 10 foot in the air or throw it across your living room if you get upset at the game that you're playing. So let's go ahead and hop into that drop test now. All right, so this is the 8bitdo after dropping it on the ground. As you can see, there was some damage to the top bumpers just because they stick out a little bit, so there was some damage to those. But let's test it out and see how it works on the Switch now. The left stick is working just fine. The right stick is working just fine. And all the buttons appear to be working as well. Now we'll go ahead and drop this controller onto wood and see how it survives that. All right, so again, there's not a whole lot of damage to the controller itself. There's some additional scratches and a little bit of scuffing there on the top of the triggers, but nothing else on the other part of the controller besides such the bottom here. So again, just a little scuffed up. Now let's go ahead and test it out. That one works, your left trigger works, right trigger works. And all the buttons appear to be working as well. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and drop this onto concrete and see if it survives that also. All right, so after dropping the 8bitdo controller onto the concrete, as you can see right here, there are some scuffs. I know it's hard, there we go. Right there, there's some scuffs on the bottom, on both of the bottom of the handles. And then on the top, there's a little bit. Most of the handles and then the tops took most of the damage from the drop onto the concrete. Now let's test it out. We have a working left trigger, a working right trigger, and all of our buttons appear to be working as well. So based on this, all of the, whether it was dropped onto the ground, dropped onto wood, or dropped onto concrete, the 8bitdo controller did survive all three of those drop tests. As you can see, this controller survived all three of the drop tests relatively well without being damaged too terribly much. There is some scuffing on the bottom corners, but that's to be expected when you're dropping it onto concrete from 10 feet in the air. But it still works on the Nintendo Switch even after dropping it. So this is a relatively durable controller. I hope this video was helpful to you. Again, my name is Matt from retroonly.com. Have a great rest of your day.